What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at another Cinesamples library, specifically Keyboard in Blue. And this is one I was definitely interested in just because I don't really have a dedicated electric piano library of any sort. And I do have like one or two located in other packages, but they never really sounded super full and rich to me. I was also looking at another package like Keyscape, and that is definitely value for the money. And definitely want to look into if you're a keyboard collector and looking for an in-depth collection of piano keyboard sounds. But at the moment, I didn't really need the whole collection, and I knew that a lot of it would just be sitting on my hard drive. And I was kind of on the lookout for kind of an electric Rhodes type of piano. And then Keyboard in Blue came up, and I was like, this is it sounds wonderful, and the functionality is super simple. And of course, Mike Patty's walkthroughs usually give you a really good idea of what it kind of sounds like. And so I wanted to share with you today on the channel. And big thanks to Cinesamples for letting me take a look at it for you guys and sending me a copy. So a big shout out to Cinesamples as usual. And in case you're kind of wondering what other libraries I like to use on a day-to-day basis, I want to give you my sample library buyer's guide. And it's totally free, but it basically contains all of my string, woodwind, brass, and percussion recommendations all in one single package. It's like 30-40 pages long, so it is on the longer end, but that's because it contains all like the recommendations that I use on a day-to-day basis. And if you're kind of in the market for some new libraries, you're interested in what I personally like to use, and you've heard my music, you know the stuff that I do is more Disney orchestral, then you might find that useful. So it's a gift to you for watching this video. Let's dive into Keyboard in Blue and see what it's all about. So I believe they actually did sample a Rhodes piano. And the Rhodes is a very signature name. I believe it's one of the most treasured electric pianos we have ever. And so this is actually the patch layout. It's not a Contact player library, so you do need the full version of Contact to run the library. Hence the affordable price of $99, and sometimes it even goes on sale for like $50 if you catch it on sale there as well. But let's play through the patches a little bit, and then we'll kind of describe the sounds, and you can let me know what you think as well in a comment below as well. Here we go. So yeah, just a very beautiful natural sound there. And the reverb, in my opinion, is a little bit over the top. I don't think you really need it there. I think if you want to use an external reverb, that's totally fine. Just keep in mind the reverb will add additional volume to this signal as well, so you want to be careful there. But yeah, just a they're very, very beautiful, natural, neutral sound. And this library kind of reminds me of the Cinepiano library, where they give you control over how much of the like the upper dynamic layers, like the harder attacks you want to access versus the more intimate setting, which is a little more on the mellow and darker side. So you can kind of hone in the tone and the feel you're going for there. Cool. Another thing we should also look at is the longs and the shorts, right? So far we've been playing the longs, which are basically just regular sustains, and when you let go of a certain note, it adds a release sample. The shorts is basically the same as the staccato patch here, as you can see, and what it does is they trigger like actually samples short notes. So now, my usual gripe with dedicated short patches, especially if they only have one single length of note, is that it's very hard to massage to get it to the length you want. So maybe you maybe you want a staccatissimo sample, or maybe you want something that's more of a marcato, something that's a little longer. Well, if you only have one length of short in your library, then obviously it's not universally applicable to all situations where you might need short notes. So while it's a nice to have, I don't think a dedicated shorts patch is usually necessary in a keyboard piano sort of library. Now, to be fair, there might be instances where you do need this exact length of short note, and that will sound the most natural in that case because these are actually short notes that were sampled. But usually, you can also get away with just using the long sustained patch and then just releasing however short you want, and the results are pretty similar. So right? So that's me using the longs and playing really short. And then here's the staccato patch. Right. So obviously the tone is slightly different, but you get a similar vibe there. So I see the staccato patch as more of like a nice to have rather than something that's absolutely necessary. Especially when you play short in the regular patch, it sounds pretty convincing anyway. So just a little note there. Then we have a close and dark patch. So this is more with the mic positions. This is more of a ribbon mic here. So we would expect something a little darker. Let's see. Cool. Let's move on to the close and bright. So the main difference obviously between these two patches is that the dark has more lower frequencies or low mids, so it's a little warmer, versus the bright, which has more high frequencies and scooped out mids in a way. Then Just the Way You Aren't is basically the Billy Joel song, and yeah, it sounds very, very similar to the actual song. Let's go to Just a Few of Us. Hear a bit of this. So I really appreciate having like a dedicated electric piano library. Now, given that it's only one sampled piano, obviously the content is not going to be super versatile. Of course, you can do lots of things with a single piano, but generally the sound that you're getting with this is a kind of a very retro, beautiful Rhodes piano sound. And so if you're looking for different types of pianos and a collection of keyboards, Keyscape by Spectrasonics might be more of what you're looking for. But if you're looking for just a dedicated electric piano library that you can use like 99% of the time for your productions, if you need this type of sound, I would definitely recommend it. It's very playable. It feels great under the fingers. There's a very light load on the CPU, nothing huge. And just keep in mind, it is a full Contact library, so you do need the full version of Contact, not the Contact player. Just keep that in mind when you are considering this library. And usually it's on the Cinesamples website for $99, I believe. But if you catch it during one of the sales, you might get it at cheaper, up to $49 as well. So definitely a great deal at that price anyway. But yeah, it's a lovely piano. Let me know what you think. If you do own this library, do you enjoy using it? Have you been using it in your cues when necessary? Or do you not need any piano, like electric piano libraries like this, and you would rather just use something like a Cinepiano where it's an actual regular piano library without any special processing or any effects? Definitely curious to know. And before you go, I want to give you my sample library buyer's guide once again, just a quick recommendation, because I get the questions all the time, like what libraries do you like to use, and what are your preferred tools on a daily basis. So I want to give this to you absolutely free. And again, it categorizes all my personal preferences by section. So strings, women's brass, percussion, and there's also piano libraries, ethnic libraries, jazz libraries, whatever. It's all in there, and categorized by price as well. So definitely would recommend you check that out if you're looking for some new libraries to look at. But in any case, thank you so very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video, and take care, my friends. Bye-bye.